And I am live. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to skip the intro music tonight. I have some laundry in the washing machine there, so I'm not going to be on a real super long one here today. I have obviously arrived back on the Rancho. There's a lot of traffic coming back on Sunday. We got away. We came back a little later. We started a little later than we usually do. Sometimes we roll out of there at 7 a.m. and that seems to be the perfect time because you'll get into the Bay Area about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. It doesn't really get crazy yet. We kind of got the crazy coming through the Oakland corridor there. And hello, everybody. Nice to see you. I am happy to be home again. Going to give my critique of the Las Vegas experience with the streaming house tomorrow morning. Will be a separate video about other thing too. Hello, Nicole. How are you? Good to see you. Let me get this straightened down here. Thank you, Cesar. Appreciate it. Hey, Coach. Thank you. Nice to see you. Got everybody. Matronista, how you doing? Nice to see you. I hope that you are well. And to those mothers out there, it's still Mother's Day here. Thank you for all you do. Yeah, I'm doing good. A little tired. It's a long journey. It's about 11 hours with the traffic today. The first half is fast. And then, of course, when you get to the Bay Area, all hell breaks loose. Yeah, we had a good time. D-Dub was definitely nice. I'll be talking about that in a bit. Obviously, guys, as some people, I did listen to some other hangouts today when I'm on the road. There's not much else to do when you're riding along. You put on the Bluetooth speaker and you start the hangouts. You got pretty good signal all the way through. There was a lot more pain out there than I imagined. You know, generally when I'm on vacation, thank you, Vegas Fiction, and it was great to see you. Generally, when I'm on vacation, I'm kind of oblivious. I'm not a drama person. I mean, I create drama, obviously. You know, if people are talking about you, obviously you created some drama. And I hope, thank you, Julie, I hope that people watch the video about the limo incident, the Las Vegas limo incident. In that, of course, I apologize first, and then I give the thoughts that were in my head, plus the fact, let's put two and two together. Two nice 32-ounce natty light fortified tall boys, and I was rocking it out there. You know, I'm an independent person by nature, and I think some people inadvertently discovered one aspect of me, that I'm a person, I guess it maybe comes with old age. Hi, Diane. How are you, sweetie? Thank you, honey. You know, you kind of get set in your ways. And as I said today, I'm born under the Chinese zodiac sign of the dog, and the dog is intensely loyal, but the dog is stubborn too. But the dog will just hang on doggedly, and it's very hard to change its ways. I gave the story about the a famous Japanese movie of the dog whose master died, and yet every day for I don't know how long that dog would go to the Tokyo station and wait. Well, I'm like the camel, not the camel, but I'm like the donkey that grinds the sugar cane. It just goes in a fucking circle. That's all it knows. Right? Or the donkey, the horse that plows the field, all it knows is that furrow. When I get things set up the way I've worked very hard to set them up, it's probably a character flaw of mine. I'm like a needle in a groove, you know, and it's very hard. It's one of those things that's plagued me through adult life and marriage and other things. It's a high degree of inflexibility. I think that's what the complaint was. Being, hey, Lori, how you doing, sweetie pie? Not a lot of flexibility. You know, if I think things are going to be a certain way and then their deviation begins, it really throws me off. You know, I mean, I get my mind a certain way down the track, and disruptive things just kind of change it. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you check out that video. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? Let's see. Yeah, they built a statue for that dog. That was a very famous story. So I'm going to admit that. I'm going to own that. Okay. So if you haven't seen that, please go over and and check out that video. Okay, it's very important. Number two thing is, I have not gone to the block list yet. When I'm chooching 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 streams, I don't know, whatever number of street streams we did, and I'm using Streamlabs, I have no ability to remove anybody. I have no ability to wrench anybody out. It's basically, it's a war zone sometimes on the side chat. And there's nothing I can do about it. You know, I've got some people, Liberty's one. There's a couple of people that got wrenched out. Yeah, how you doing, forever friend? But see, I don't know what's coming down at the time. I don't see if somebody's removed or somebody's, you know, put in timeout or somebody's hidden. You don't really see that. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I think he blocked one person. Hello, RV American Traveler. He generally doesn't block people, but he was, you know, his usual sometimes rudeness when he comes and, hey, Cobra John. Listen, I don't care what BS was involved. Just enjoy it. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So I want to give my whole thoughts on the thing tonight, but just to wrap up with that. If you want my take, you'll get a little bit of insight into my nature. But I'm also a person that's kind of repulsed by drama. I don't like to put myself in the middle of a back and forth volley match where, you know, we're rushing to follow the ball to one side of the net and then the other. For me, I kind of cut through that, and I see some people in pain, you know, and I saw some people in pain down in Las Vegas, and I'll get to that for a minute. Thank you, Janet A. So I had set up my own months ago. You know, I booked these things far in advance. Why? Because I get a very good, you know, hotels.com or something will come along. I got a lot of nights. Some good deal will come along. It might be we're temporarily waiving the resort fee. Something stupid will come along, but it comes along in December, January, and I book it. And I try to pick the best dates that I can to book it. We generally go in May and then again in December. So everything was kind of locked in. And Bobby, you know, at that time I thought Missy Jenn was coming, and Missy Jenn, you know, I want to make sure that she has a high degree of comfort when she's traveling or in a hotel. And Las Vegas is a pretty good place to push people around in a wheelchair. And it worked, you know, it works well for her. And I want Bobby to be comfortable. He's no spring chicken. I don't want, you know, I wasn't thinking drama at that time, but Bobby's the kind of guy, he'll shake his head, he'll smile. And inside of his mind, he's thinking, man, I have no idea what these people are talking about, but pass me another beer. Nice to see you all. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm safe and sound. Yeah, we made it home, 11-hour journey, just fine. Bobby's a trooper. He slept very well the whole time. He was in bed probably at 9 o'clock every night. Left the late chooching to me till sometimes 4 a.m. in the morning and things. Well, a lot of fun. But there's a reason I chose the Nugget. You know, El Cortez is a little rugged. It's perfect for Rosie. It's kind of a blown out low ender. You know, it's the highest of the low ender things. It's beautiful. But I wanted Bobby to be a little more comfortable. I wanted us to be able to use the pool facility up there. And then, I don't know, about a month ago, I think Dave got the idea of let's do a trip out to Las Vegas too. Let's see if meeting up Rosie, maybe we'll meet Laurie Green. We'll meet some other people in the area. Hey, man, I don't care. You know, I'm like, that's great guns. That's cool. No problem at all. You want to go out to Vegas? That's cool. You know, I will meet you in Vegas. No problem at all. Now, the question is, how much do you integrate yourself into that scene? And this is not going to sound rude, but how much do you really owe the people that show up? You know, when you're on your on your own vacation plan. Well, obviously, I felt like I owed them courtesy, and I spent the better part of you know, the meet of the day, the afternoon till early afternoon to late afternoon, and we had a pretty good time. We really did, you know. And but the thing that like I said, the day before when I saw the streams, the day before, and I'm just going to be honest, they were very pointed. They were kind of focused on Lindy and Jack Sparrow. And of course, there's been all the back and forth, and I've tried real hard to stay out of this stuff, to just be respectful to everybody and not talk crap. Thank you, Andrea. You know, and it's not always easy to do because you walk a fine line, you know, but I work hard to stay out of that kind of stuff. And also the fact that you have this overlay of Kat's terrible public divorce that just seems to spiral by the day and swirl in like a vortex that just sucks in more and more stuff. And it's kind of disheartening, you know, and we'll get to that in a minute, but you know, I didn't envision, got to think of a proper way to say this. You know, to me, a streaming house is something that makes people laugh. You know, maybe you have one camera, but it follows the people around, and it's set up in the kitchen. How you doing, Oda May? Set up in the kitchen, and then, you know, even at nighttime, you set it up in the bedroom. The stream's still going. You might, oh, did Rosie just fart? You know, and people are laughing. You know, like, really, did she just fart? Or Rosie, did you wash your hands after you use the bathroom? You know, it's fun. It's fun shit. It's fun shit. Yeah, maybe somebody gets slapped upside the head sometimes, but they're fun things, you know. And I thought we're going to run out of content real quick if it's just going to be like in the day before I got there. Let's face it, they were very brutal kind of hangouts that were really kind of slapping the crap out of Lindy. And I thought, this is going to be, and of course, you know, I don't know. Lindy, I imagine, was defending herself as she does, and you're just thinking, wow, you know, this is going to be fun. Not, but I think when I got there and stopped in to see them the first day that I went over, I think David discovered that not many people were down for being on stream. Being on stream to me means you point the camera towards the kitchen. You know, WRN is cooking. Maybe Simon's in there doing his thing, and Stickers is running around. You get to see a lot of things going on at the house. But, you know, Dave, I think, had the overlying idea that he has to also be responsible for the people that are in that house. And some of them, you know, there were some physical limitations of some of those people. And I think Dave wanted to make sure that there wouldn't be any incidents that occurred. Of course, ultimately, the place was doxed out. And, you know, somebody did a ride by. We saw the person come by in their truck and take the, you know, take the video out there of that, which, you know, it's YouTube, right? It's that kind of stuff. But you have people there that aren't. Deb the RN doesn't come on cam. Stickers once in a while runs a very quiet stream, rarely. In the UK, you have Simon, who's a great panel member, but doesn't cam up. You know, Becca did a good job of coming on when, you know, once in a while, especially in the beginning. And that basically left it to Dave. That basically left it to Dave to kind of carry that show, because the other people they're not entertainment people. And therein lies the problem, I think, with the streaming house. The only thing that could have really made that a go was if you did have one camera that, since most of the action was in the kitchen or on the back table on the back porch, to set up a fixed camera there, and everybody could have enjoyed the conversations and things like that. But it's not my house. It's not my deal. You know, what he set up to do. Now, I knew, and I have videos up talking before I went to Las Vegas of what I thought it was going to be, and it turned out to be exactly what I thought it was going to be. That is a place where people would initially jump on the stream, hi mom, hey mom, and then very quickly it would tail off. I think I saw stickers on a little bit the first day, and then if you saw him for 1 minute, it was a lot. I don't know. I don't think I ever saw Simon on. Deb, the RN, you could kind of tell that she was uncomfortable being on cam because she's not an entertainer. She's not an entertainer. She's more of a support type of person. So you didn't have a very entertaining mix of people in there. Vegas Barbie. She was pretty much a unknown quantity until she came down to the house. She was, I think, happy to be on stream, but also glad when it was over. These are people that don't normally, it's not like I see Elvis and I out here that we're used to being on, we can sustain a show, we can be funny and things like that. But what I think Dave really wanted to do was have people meet up. And the streaming house concept to him was secondary. And this is the only mistake that I think he really made, was it should not have been called the streaming house, Las Vegas streaming house. It should have been called Las Vegas YouTube Meetup 2019. And then you would have seen less of because those of us who are in the streaming community, and I've been uploading walks and things for years, when you think of streaming, you expect to see a lot of things going on. You do not expect to see, hey, how you doing, Nika? You do not expect to see a library sort of hanging behind you. So, but then again, like I said before, I think his priority was to meet people, have people hang out of the house together. And once in a while, if they wanted to go into the streaming room and sit there, that was fine. The mistake again was calling it a streaming house because people's expectations were much different about what was going to happen. Okay. These people that came, apart from Dave, they're not entertainers in the sense of being on YouTube and yuck and hijinks. Okay. A meetup would have been great. Do a little video, everybody gets together. There's no streaming. Everybody captures some content, puts up a few videos when you get back, poolside cooking, they put them on up there. But when I'm going there, I'm cognizant that these people aren't used to being on cam. They're not used to the whole, I'm out here shaking it on the daily, exposing 99%. Of everything. At the other end of the spectrum, you have people that are used to being behind avatars and talking and chatting because that's where they're comfortable. So, what do you do in that situation? You roll with the things that you have when you get there and the people that show up. Of course, Kat's used to being on cam more, but Kat hadn't been on cam in a long time, and there's a lot of overlays with what she has going on right now. And I'm not digging into that stuff. I just want to meet somebody. I want to give them a hug, and if I can help you, I want to help you. I don't want to throw shit at you, but if I can help you or encourage you not to throw shit, I'll do that. But there's very traumatic overlay there with things that are going on in real time. Okay. Now, had Dave set that up as just a Las Vegas meetup, nobody would even be talking about it right now. But a streaming house, and it's probably my fault. It's probably my fault because I brought that idea of the IRL into the boy community. Is it new from me? No. Paul Danino has been doing it for years. Okay. He was the one that really pioneered real-time streams, live streams. And I'm just the first person that brought it into the live streaming concept. So it looks fascinating to some people. Some people do it. They find out in very quick order it's not for them. They don't have the element of control over what's going to happen, and they give it up. Well, I think it was the seed of the idea, Nicole. It was probably my, I don't want to say fault, but it was probably mine. And Dave probably thought that was a pretty good idea. But I will say this. You'll notice on day one, the streams were very harsh. Okay, they were very harsh. But then as the days went by, the people started to realize, hey, we can make friends with each other. We can hang out. It's more fun to talk to each other and bullshit than it is to, have a targeted back and forth with, say, Lindy and Bars or something like that. So you could see over time, there was less and less people appearing on stream, but there were more and more people chatting. I'm not sure if we had a ton of people on the last day. Their comfort level was starting to build with each other, and people were genuinely starting to enjoy each other's company. And the whole streaming thing just took a back burner. That whole thing was pushed onto the back burner. Now those like Mallory that came on that were disappointed with the idea of the streamer house, I understand that. But had that been presented as just a meetup like our Florida 2015 or our other trips we go to Las Vegas, we wouldn't even be talking about this stuff right now. Now let's talk about the house. I'm not the kind to sit in a house exactly. Okay. But I did make the effort because I do care. Somebody goes to all the effort. I want to talk about the house. Mansion in Webster's is defined by it's called a large home typically owned by a wealthy person is the definition of a mansion. Other dictionaries give 8,000 square feet. I don't know a mansion. From, you see like Dallas, or looks like a mansion, something like that. I walk into this house. I come up the driveway. There's a huge garage. There's a beautiful front entrance. There's only like 3 or 4 houses on the court there. It's a really, really elegant house. You walk inside, walk into the kitchen. Wow. It's got that poor layout, though, of a very small step up, like a 3-inch step up into the hallway from the kitchen that I'm constantly tripping over. There's immediately a design feature that I don't like too much. It's kind of dangerous. But then behind that kitchen area, it's normally open. There's not a library screen sitting there. You can look right out into the great room, and it's huge. Okay, it's a huge, great room. And it was very, very comfortable. Yeah, Cat's Hog, I'm not sure. Regular home, I'm in 1,000 square feet here, so I'm comfortable. Now there was a pool table downstairs. There was a nice big room downstairs. I don't really know. To me, a mansion, I guess, has big pillars and columns out front, like you see in town here on McDonald Avenue. But it was a big ass house, and it was very well appointed and very elegant. I mean, every time you turn the corner, there's another bedroom, there's bathrooms galore. There's a big pool outside. There's a hot tub. There's a lovely yard. There's a 3-car garage with a weight room next to it. I mean, it was very well appointed place there. But look, it's like, I don't know, $400-500 a night. I'm in the future looking for hostels and stuff, right? I mean, this is big time for me, this type of thing. So it was a very, very comfortable house. Now, the first day I joked to Dave, you had the camouflage screen out back and the light was coming behind. It just reminded me of the old Afghanistan hostage taking things where you would see the Westerner just sitting there very wild-eyed and repeating some kind of English and would be translated to Farsi behind like they were being held hostage or something. Carlos, stop. Get Carlos out of here, okay? Any Carlos that comes in, I'm tired of this guy coming in and putting his own crap in here, okay? Carlos, it's not the right time and place, okay? Yeah, if we get a house that big, it'll be an orgy. Yeah, I mean, I don't, Carlos, we're good, but I'm just telling you what, I'm trying to put a message out here that people are curious. And I think I can put out the best message too, because I'm not invested in staying there and a lot of the activities that went on at the house. Now, so there's my deal in the house, a very big, elegant home. Is it a mansion? Probably not in a sense, but I didn't expect it. I didn't expect a mansion anyway. I'm maybe because I know Dave and, Dave's the MFD and all that. I didn't really get super invested in the idea that, let's see, Tess says the Lakes has no homes that are mansions. An old part of it has been around. Yeah, I don't know anything about that area. I'm telling the truth, Carlos. I'm telling the truth. Well, what do you want me to talk about, Carlos? What specifically do you think I'm lying about? I mean, I'd be very curious about that. But it was a very big, I mean, you'd be proud to take people to that home. Beautiful chandeliers, well appointed. The kitchen's huge, all kinds of, yeah, now the stream quality was horrendous. And, this is where you really have to do your research. If you're going to be a streamer, your top priority has to be stream quality that you're going to be presenting. And I don't think when you rent out a mansion or you have an Airbnb, or let's call it a grand home, top of mind is not wondering about signal and Wi-Fi. And I didn't think that the signal was very good that was coming out of the house. It's something that probably should have been, a hardwired high-speed connection, but it's not something that you think about. You just assume that you're going to be able to have really good quality there. And then, of course, Dave was using his gaming laptop, which is very nice, but it's not the kind of laptop with a microphone that's set up. Thank you, Sesame. It's not the kind of thing that's set up to get a lot of people in there. So he ended up buying a snowball, one of those snowball microphones. And, it was good. Dave wants to do this shit. He better spend some of his big bucks. Well, just call it a meetup. Just call it a meetup. Trip sucked. Well, Carlos, that's okay. Lighten up on Carlos now. Now let's talk about the people. Do I have any conception at all or perception that it sucked for the people that were there? Honestly, I do not. What it really sucked was to be a viewer of the event. Okay, and I will grant you that, because most of the time the sound was muted and you saw the library wall. But that was just a function of people that did not understand the concept of a streaming house and just basically forgot about the people on YouTube and just started focusing more on bullshit, and more people were coming, friends of friends, D-Dub, Randy's friend comes, you got Vegas Vixen, you got Kat, you got Vegas Bart. More and more people are coming to this thing. And I really think that the stream just took an obvious backseat to that, and that was not the good thing to do. But I don't think it was on purpose. As I said, you did not have the right brew of people that were entertaining in their own right, that were comfortable being on camera. And I'm going to talk about the people in a second, but get that concept. You think of like me and Elvis in a streaming house, and maybe throw in you know, I don't know, a couple other kooky people besides me and Elvis. Then you have highly, you know, you have stuff that's people that are used to being on cam. They don't care. You know, Elvis walks through scratching his ass, and, you know, I'm belching or whatever, wigs on backwards or whatever. That's kind of entertaining. That's kind of entertaining stuff on there, but it's not a streaming house. A streaming house is where you guys get put first, and everything else is secondary to your entertainment. It's like I do a live stream on the street. I don't just sit and talk to D-Dub and we just stand there and we ignore you guys. We're making you a part of the stream every minute that we're out there for hours, sometimes 5.5 hours. Thank you. That's a click. That's a streaming duo that works really well together. And you guys felt fully a part of the scene that was going on. And I know it was late night. Some of you, it was 5 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. We're still pounding out and getting stuff done. But you know, you guys enjoyed. That's real live stream content. You have to put the YouTube people first. Okay? That's not to berate Dave. It's just Dave's event migrated from something where he had the expectation that these people would always want to sit in front of a screen and always pound out the fun and the yucks. But after a day, people couldn't wait to drift away from those seats because they're not entertainers. They're just people that enjoy side chatting and doing their thing. Big, big, big difference. Okay? Call it a meetup in your goal. If Dave had a meetup like that again at a different location, did call it a streaming house, people would come to the event. He could still say, I don't want any videos dropped till everybody goes home. Everybody would have been doing their video. Nobody would have felt compelled to be on a live stream. You would have just, you know, laughed, looked at some of your videos, and be done with it. You know, when you leave, and the whole focus is on just the people that are there. Yeah, it's a very comfortable niche for me. It's a comfortable, you can tell it's a comfortable niche for Elvis. There's thank you, Tess. I appreciate that, honey. There's just certain people. You've got to put the side chat first. You've got to put the people that are watching the stream first. That's the whole concept of the stream. You're taking these people along with back alleys, buying dope, whatever the hell you're doing. You guys are along, going into hotels, creeping around. You guys are there every single. The side chat is where it is. The side chat rules streams. Okay, IRL streams. Let's talk about the people. You know, my heart is saddened a lot of times, and I'll be honest, when, you know, when people are, I mean, you can tell some people are very uncomfortable. They don't like Deb the RN. I mean, Deb the RN is a great person. She's low key. She's set up more to be a nurturing type of person that cares about, you know, that cares about Dave and making sure that Dave is as comfortable as he can be. And I'm not going to get into the medical shit about Dave. I'm not a doctor. I just know when I look at Dave, as everybody else did that was there was an individual that was very ill. Okay, there was something serious. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. That's all I'm going to say about it. Okay. But somehow, you know, Vegas Barbie gets into the mix, and I'll take her first. She was a very gracious, very slim, very lovely, pretty gal who came in. I mean, my arms almost wrapped around her twice. Very, very small person, but she's another person that you could immediately tell. What is this for the record? No, I don't need to kiss. Dave didn't. I didn't. You know, Dave knows I'm a straight shooter on the stuff that I talk about. He doesn't tell me where to go, what to do, or anything like that. But Vegas Barbie it's another person that's very quiet. She probably can party when she gets a few drinks on her, but she's very quiet. Remember, we're all with people we've never seen before, and we're wondering, oh, I wonder what this person thinks of me. Geez, is my wig on straight? How's my breath? There's really a high degree of, you can feel it, initial angst when people meet, because we have certain personas on YouTube, and we're always comparing that to, wow, this is not what I thought this person looked like, or look at, I'm not, or this is exactly what I thought that this person would be like. So I could tell that she was kind of uncomfortable, kind of being caught in the fray of back and forth, but she was a very gracious person. I'd say that she's a pretty successful person in life. She seemed very happy, adjusted. But, we don't talk about people's private life. We don't dig into things like that. But she seemed genuinely happy to be there and enjoy the event. Let's see. Trying to see. You must have. Well, I just. Okay, so that was kind of my take on her. Lisa, how are you, sweetie? Colleen said I felt a negative undertone in the house. Well, it sure was. It's not a streaming house in that sense. I really wanted to concentrate on Becca now, because in my opinion, as the months have gone by, and remember, I saw Dave and Becca in January. As time has gone by, I am convinced to my core, and I will go to my grave swearing right now, that Becca wishes that all this stuff was just behind. And this is my observation. We didn't talk about it. I'm not saying what people talk about is right. It's on right or wrong. It's on them. But this is a person I felt at this point in time that was along for the ride, prepping for the worst, but hoping for the best, that it would be a good meetup. In other words, her spirit was genuinely disengaged from stuff. Yeah, she would toe the company line on the first day. But as I observed Becca over the days, she was somebody that was more interested in talking to some of the guests there, sort of maintaining her own schedule. And I feel like honest to God, I felt like she's punched her ticket on this whole deal. Punched her own ticket. She'd obviously lost some weight since the last time I saw her. She looked elegant, but she looked like she kind of had the weight of the world on her shoulders. Well, all I'm doing is just giving my observation on that. Was she gracious? Absolutely. Did she care that everybody was, she was passing out beers. She was controlling the dog. She was making sure everybody had a good time, looking at menus, ordering food in. But as Colleen said, you could sort of tell there was a little bit of an undertone to it. Thank you, Antonia. This is just my observation. This is not tinged with any of the drama that's come before. It's just a real life observation of people, because I'm not invested in staying there. I'm paying my own bills in Vegas, my own travel expense. I can come in as sort of an independent person and look at it. Okay. Deb the RN, like I said, Deb the RN is a nurturing kind of person. She can't stand being in front of the camera. Okay. We kind of knew that already. She loves to be behind the scenes and engage people in very quiet individual conversation, not about YouTube drama, but about real life, economics, politics, that kind of stuff. She does not enjoy. Yeah, she'll sit through it, but it's not her cup of tea to be in that. But she was also another one that was very kind, would give you a big hug, tell you that she was glad to finally meet you. She was a definite bright spot to me in there. I'm trying to watch the side chat too if you have any questions as we're going along here. Yeah, see, I don't follow. I don't know about the dialysis. I don't, I spent two Thursday afternoon and Friday afternoon there. Okay, I don't know anything about the medical situations and all that. Now, stickers is another one. I don't know sticker situation. As I told you on my other stream today about the limo event incident. To me, judges decide. Judges weigh the evidence and decide who's right or wrong. And marriages dissolving is one of the most unhappy. It's like the polar opposite of Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. It's the most miserable place on earth, divorce and divorce court. And bids were dropped. It's going to put a cloud over things. So this is another guy. You could tell had a lot on his mind, but a very gracious person, willing to go pick up anybody, drive anybody, run to the store, do anything to be helpful, but not a talker. Not a talker. Again, not a person that's going to be an entertainer. Bought that here. I don't know Social Security disability. I mean, I wasn't on the Hangout, so I don't know. Like I said, I'm taking people in real time and meeting them. Okay, I don't invest. I'm not one of these people that sits on the stream and watches people talk about this guy's life and lays it out in the open and this document and that document. I run from that shit. All I'm doing is making an observation of being at this house and trying to tell you this was not the brew of people to be entertainers on YouTube. They seem like people that enjoyed the courtesy of having a vacation to me. Yeah, see, I haven't even talked to Nicole. I mean, Nicole and I have never talked. We never talked about that, Nicole. We never. I think I asked you one time what happened. You're like, "Phew, don't even ask me." Okay, it's cool. I don't do drama. Okay, but it's another reason that the streaming house concept was not going to fly here between Deb the RN, stickers. Becca, I didn't think was in a frame of mind to be an entertainer. How you doing, Vegas Fiction? They stayed in the house the entire trip. What kind of vacation is that? Dave's not capable of, I got to tell you, he's really not capable of walking great distances or doing things. Yeah. Do I wish he'd gone out to the strip and stuff? Yeah, he spent a lot of money to bring people together. And my own overriding thing was, "Oh, don't spend any more money. Don't spend. Don't get another limo. Don't." Yeah. But see, I don't think Matronista, I don't think Dave's had, I got to be honest, I don't think Dave cared about the sights of Las Vegas. I think Dave cared more about meeting people and hanging out with people. That, I think, was Dave's real priority, and the way that he handled and conducted himself to make sure that everybody was happy. I'm not sure, Tess, I'm not sure. I don't know what kind of finances Dave can pull. I have no concept. You know, I just see him and riding around the Aston Martin and just having some fun. I mean, that's how he defined his fun, being able to give people rides. I think if he wanted to go, on the trip, if he wanted to do sightseeing, he would have done it. But again, I think Dave didn't want to be around a lot of people, didn't want to be around people that are drinking, didn't want to be about party types. He wanted to just sit quietly there, hang out on the back porch, and just shoot the shit with people. That's my honest, how you doing, Juice? That's my honest opinion. Yeah, Vegas Vixen, when I was there, I didn't feel like anyone was having a bad time. No, but nobody was having a bad time. Like I said, in the beginning, I think people maybe felt pressured to get in here and sit down, and here's Deb the RN, and it's like, you know, she doesn't want to be on camera. She's not comfortable. She likes being in the background. Here comes Simon. I never even saw Simon on cam. But Simon's a guy that loves to do stuff, loves to be in the kitchen, and loves to be talking to people, engaging people. So it gradually turned from kind of pushing people, let's go on cam and talk stuff, to the realization that they don't really have anything to say to YouTube. They want to talk to each other. Whereas like people like me and Elvis, we just blab to YouTube and blab to the side chat and stuff like that. Yeah, the pool was fun. I have some pool video at Dave's. I went for a swim over there and used the hot tub and stuff. So I'm being honest. Yeah, that sort of forced streaming, I could have predicted as many of us. I think I discussed with another people after the first day that most people were going to try to feel like that they had spent their time on cam, and it'll probably be a Dave show, which it is, because Dave can sit there for hours and do a show. So Carlos says, I'd kiss ass if my entire time was spending somebody else's money. Also, good old time. Well, you can tell that, you can tell when somebody cares about that. I felt like Stickers genuinely cares about Dave, and Dave cares about Stickers, and Simon, because these are people that have populated his side chat on the daily. Week in, week out, they're always there. Deb the RN, always the people. I'm home, Robert. Yeah. Well, yeah, Sugar, that was a tough night. I did that separate video addressing that night with the limousine. Okay, take care, Nicole. Take it easy. Thank you, Robert. They all got video, I'm sure. Yeah, there'll be videos coming up. I got videos of driving in the Aston Martin. I got videos at the pool. I did get some video. I got videos. People were asking, gee, did they even see Mr. Z? I've got video coming with Mr. Z, dinner last night, walking around. I got cinematic. I got a lot of stuff coming. Let's see. So I talked about Simon obviously has medical issues, but it didn't stop the guy at all. The guy is aces. He's like my personal hero out of that whole crew. I think Simon has an excellent heart, an excellent spirit. And the little bit of interaction and time we had, I wish he'd been more vocal to me about how much he liked me and Missy Jenn. I had no way of really getting that sense. And I was really saddened when I heard afterward that, his hope would have been to go around with me to the museum or something like that. I would have done that, but I cannot read somebody's mind. And I didn't get the sense at that time, it just seemed like he was happy to meet me, and I was happy to meet him. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thumbs up if you're enjoying the chat tonight. So I don't know. Vegas Vixen sat there too. I might shoot her a link. Yeah, it's a serious conversation, Robert. Who else? Who else have I missed in here? I've still got Dave and Kat. Randy came over. He was right. You know, Rory's been a friend of mine for years. We've been very tight with each other. I think Rory balances family life with other things that are going on. Her own had to have imaging done and stuff. She's had a husband that she's had to shepherd through his heart ordeals and things. I mean, she carries a lot on her plate. It's one of the reasons I love her so much is because day after day, she pounds the stuff she's got to do, and then she's helping Kat too, try to help get her life in order. Yeah, Simon was good. Yeah. I'm not going to go over there, Matronista. I'm not going to walk into that plane. But is that really true, or was that what Kat wanted you to believe? Which thing, Sugar? I lost the flow of that question. Oh, this says this is Tsinghua University in China. This is the #1 engineering university. Thank you, Joey. Yeah, because Kat is extremely much more complicated situation. But I can tell you, Dave is not that complicated. As time went by and the days went on, you could tell Dave was getting more comfortable with the people, and new people would come up. You know, I took D-Dub over, and then Randy came, and Randy's friend came, and Dave was very accommodating to all of these people, and he enjoyed talking and bullshitting. I mean, look like he didn't, you know, if I could have Dave like that every day on YouTube, man, it would be like a, you know, if I could turn back time, as the Cher song goes, you know, and just focus on the people at the meetup, it would have been great. He professes to love his mom, but Masuf, yeah, Vegas Fixing. Like after meet, most people get Dave after you meet him. Sugar, I'm a good person to bring the story, because I don't like invest in the drama daily. I'm not in the streams side chatting and things like that. As a matter of fact, I don't really listen. You know, today on the road, because I got nothing else to do, I had them cranking up. No, I haven't heard that, Matronista. Sounds interesting. You got his few $100s. Not me, Carlos. I didn't. I had some, I think I had over 2 days, I think I had 3 beers and some ZD. And I think that was, I don't know what else I had. You know, I didn't have a lot. I'm not into people spending money on me. Rosie, are you going back to Vegas? I think I'm going to go back, yes. Anyone tries that hard is rich. Yeah, I don't like Tess. I don't like a lot of cursing. I know when I'm drinking, I'm cursing. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, but I wanted to just get this out and get it over with, so that I can get on to putting up the videos that I took. Kat's a difficult situation. Kat has lived her life behind a avatar for a long time. She's been an enigma to a lot of people. Well, I finally got to meet the enigma. Now, I did not know the day I met her previous thoughts about the limo. You know, all that stuff came to light later. I'm listening today, and, you know, she's teary-eyed because, you know, Rosie blew him off on the limo ride. You know, I get it. And I've explained that. I've also apologized. Not my intention to hurt anybody. But there's a lot going on in that mind. There's a lot going on. You know, on the one hand, you're fighting. On the other hand, you want peace. Then you got to worry about finances and lawyers. And it's just, hey, I got the sense that all this stuff in a cumulative bundle was above her pay grade to handle and unwind all of this shit. Therefore, when she came to that meetup, I thought that she had a pretty genuinely good time, laughing, not a drinker, not a smoker, but just engaging in conversation with people. TMI. What did Rory say? Yeah, I know there's a lot of bad blood. Yeah, crazy. Let's see. It'd be great breaking bread in different countries. Yeah, kind of a lot of growing to do. Hopefully she'll put herself, but she has to be honest to herself and other people. How you doing, 180? How you doing? Nice to see you. Great to see you along. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the panel will change, Carlos. The players will change. I'm just giving you my critique on the people that I met down here and my thoughts about them. Yeah, how does a good time always turn into drama? Well, random trucker, you haul drama in with you, right? You set up the streams and thank God they switched from the streams to the people. Now that sucked to be a watcher. You know, when you're in YouTube and you're looking forward to the streaming house and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to see Simon and stickers and I'm going to see Dave and I'm going to see Deb the RN and Vegas Barbie all interacting and laughing and hanging out. Yeah, it's a big disappointment. But that's because of the improper packaging. The packaging should have just been a meetup. How you doing, Brandy? Oh, thank you, Cesar. Yeah, see, 180, I don't know how to answer those kind of things. I don't tear into people's finances. I mean, I heard calls come in and there was business being talked about and other things. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, let's see. Vegas Fiction says, Carlos, I've never really trashed Dave or Becker. If anything, I've always just ignored them and stated I thought it was pretty openly when people would bash. Yeah, thank you, Sean. That's why that's why I like to do my own thing. That's why I set up my own stuff down in Las Vegas. But I felt like, if Dave took time to fly in and these people did come in, although I did not feel compelled to meet them on the limo ride because that was a spur of the moment thing. That was not a planned thing. I had every intention of coming that next day and meeting Dave and hanging out. And then I came the next day too. And as every day went by, the people became more and more comfortable. Ask you to join in with her like you're in high school. I'm not joining in on anybody, I'll tell you, if you dig into people's lives, if you pull background checks, if you call people's jobs, if you call people's families, people have very long memories, people get hurt. And this is what I find so distasteful, and this is why I hate this stuff. I can't stand this stuff. Yeah, you get big numbers, you fill the rafters with people when somebody's being flamed, but it's a cheap high. There's nothing of value beyond the event to entertain people. Yeah, I mean it's I know. I mean I know that. But I also have thought, remember Kat went after me big time last May. I lost my channel and had to fight to get that back for the 5th time on YouTube. So if anybody had a rationale for being, I don't think any of us will forget that Sunday in May, actually May 11th. I think today's the, yesterday was the anniversary of that, the channel going down. But I've thought if I could come the distance and just continuously and optimistically hope for the best, things might change. Maybe with a little bit of help and little wind beneath the wings, that maybe you could lead a more simple, satisfying life, and you'd be much happier spiritually. Yeah, it was a tough time for me, but I tried to always. I'm one of those people that'll give a million chances and just keep coming at me, you know. But I cannot. I mean, I really regret the things that were done. I regret the things that were done to other people. I regret the back and forth, the stalking that occurs, and I don't know how you define stalking. People getting people's divorce records and police records, and it's really tough stuff. Yeah, that's why I made the decision in 2019, Sugar, to just totally just do my own thing. And if somebody asked me for help, no matter who it was, I would try to help them out. So, or if I think somebody's in trouble, then you give support and you just hope for the best. I back my people and I'm always loyal. If shit happens, I just not there fueling the fire unless there's a direct attack on me. Yeah, Bette Midler sucks. Yeah, I've been running about. I'm not sure. I'm a really poor person on the drama front. Thank you, Bluebird. I'm really a poor person to talk about what did or didn't happen in drama. You listen once in a while. I do listen to Lindy. I'll listen to a hangout. I got nothing to do. I'm coming up the road. Then I'll listen to the cat hangout. Then there's this chick, Viewer's Choice, that what's her name, Felicia or something like that, that does her thing. And man, your mind. I was just looking at Bobby riding up the road, listening. We had this on the Bluetooth, and Bobby's like, what? It's like, how do you know what's what? I said, Bobby, that's what judges are for. They straighten all this. They straighten all this shit out. Yeah, thank you, Colleen. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, I think Carl is gone now. Money can change people. With money comes power. With money also comes potentially abuse. But I think if a lesson is learned, and if somebody really wants to get life on track, and I'm cognizant that there's two sides to every story. If somebody asks for help, you help. Yeah, that's actually the first person that I associated. Wendy Lee was the first thing that I came upon years ago. Thank you, Trixie. I remember being deep in the Wendy Lee thing. Thank you, Random Trucker. Yeah, you can see the content I want to bring. That's the shit. You can tell that it's, when I'm doing that content, you can tell it's somebody that's very much in their element, having the time of their life, loving it. I don't care about the risk. I don't care about it. It's inconsequential to me. If I go out with my boots on, but you can tell that it's fun. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, 180. There may be some clean people in the Boyd, but I'm not the person. I'm not a judge. And I think sometimes we ally ourselves with people, and then we kind of dig in, and we're on the red team or the blue team. And I think there's some people in here that just want to be on the purple team. They just want to have that one-on-one relationship. What kind of person thinks it's okay to hurt others? Thank God we get what we, yeah. Did you enjoy your hotel? Yeah, I did. I enjoyed the hotel. Yeah, I always stay at the Golden Nugget. The fucking pool was real crowded. Oops. But it was fun. Yeah, resentments are brutal. I mean, I've seen some really brutal, experienced some brutal stuff on YouTube, and seen some brutal stuff here on YouTube. But, yeah, I just think I got to call a spade a spade. There were some bad things done that I witnessed real time. But do you draw a line and say, now I'm not the person that I was back then? I shake your hand and say, okay, let's go. Yeah, I remember. I remember when I first came in, the whole Wendy Lee situation. Miss Klein is very needy, just boring. All right, let's move on. Tell her to handle it. Yeah, well, ultimately, a judge is going to decide it. Hopefully, there'll be a fair judge that can wade through all this stuff and do something that can satisfy both parties here. Because I really do get the idea that Kat would like to live a more simplified life, less emphasis on material things and more emphasis on people. That's why I felt particularly bad, like when she was upset that I did not immediately come and meet her. That with the limo and all that, I never imagined that it was that deep. The feeling about that. Yeah, Richard, you pay $55 for a chair if you want it on the upper deck. No one wins in divorce. That's right. No one wins. Oh, yeah, the internet never forgets around here. Yeah, I was sorry about the Wendy Lee. That was actually the first thing that Vegas Vixen and I were involved in. Thank you, Jamie Lynn. You know what, Jamie Lynn? I understand that. Some people's feelings go very, very deep. If I could turn off all the pain for people on both sides, if I could go back in time, I would love to do that, to turn off the pain for both people, to stop the nukes. How you doing, Coop? Nice to see you too. Thank you. And the bombs, the rockets' red glare firing into each other's camps. It's disheartening. It really is. Nice to see you, Coop. I'm looking forward to your next batch of famous graves. There's somebody I think that's trying now to put a little bit of the toothpaste back in the tube and try to get YouTube, the Boyd, back on its feet. Yeah, I don't want to go down the Wendy Lee trail right now. Please, I don't want to open that again. And yeah. Thank you, Jamie Lynn. Yeah, I mean, that was pork chop. That was real tough. I was just making sure I didn't get a knife or didn't get shot waiting out there. You never know what's going to be a setup when you're scoring weed. There's no fraud, unlike Cat stealing $65K. I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you guys ever feel like having this stuff exposed? I was listening to Jeff T. Rowe, and of course, Jeff T. Rowe's wife is battling cancer, and you can feel the frustration with him and his perception that big pharma is blocking a medication that might be helpful to his wife as she fights cancer. And sometimes I have to agree with Jeff when he comes on, and I feel uncomfortable when other people's business, if I make other people's business my business. Yeah, thank you, Jamie. Yeah, they were nice. Yeah, I wore my little white tennis shoes. I don't know where the hell they are. Oh, well, Trixie, anybody that makes up that stuff it's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, we've seen on YouTube for years fake cancers or I mean, who am I to say if it happened or not? That's the thing that really makes me uncomfortable. I just feel like, ooh, I don't want to. Yeah, they're still. Let's look at them, Tess. Hold on a minute. Good question. Oh, I know why you want to see Tess. You want to see if I spilled hot sauce and shit on them. They look pretty white still. They glow. Dazzling white. No, I never ran into Louise again. Yep, thank you, Robert, the new curtain rod. Robert, I might be sneaking in a Oakland run again this weekend. I'm not sure. Oh, let's see. The best tea. Yeah, I'm surprised you're really getting into the tea. I like Earl Grey, Marshall, a very traditional one. They were uncomfortable as hell. Like these Skechers that Dave got me months ago. These things are the bomb for walking. D-Dub wore out his shoes the first night. He's like, holy shit, my shoes have exploded from all this walking. Yeah, the Peter Pan motel dirt on him. That's funny as hell. I promise Kat has a long line of people she hurt but naked. Well, okay. Well, then she'll have to deal with that. Yeah, but as far as meeting her in person, I enjoyed meeting her. She was very cordial, and I felt like it was my place to be as uplifting as I could be. And like I say, I felt bad about the her perception of the night before, but you know, it is what it is. I wish I wish Kat would answer text messages. You know, like it bugged me yesterday when I texted her. If she looks at her messages yesterday afternoon, I invited her to dinner. I never got a reply from her. So, you know, you can't say that people aren't, you know, trying to be cordial. Did you kiss Kat's cheek like that, Lou? I gave a hug. That's all. It was a very warm hug. I went out and met her on the getting out of the car, and I think she was happy to see me coming out. You know, but I think you have to own your stuff too. I think that's the thing. I think in some ways Boyd is an amazingly. It's a great balance scale. You know, right now things seem to be very out of balance, and Boyd has this amazing way of balancing things again, either through pain, you know, apologies. You know, Boyd is a very harsh judge. People respect you if you own your shit. Well, yeah, if you do. Big Mama, who's the sexiest person besides Vegas Barbie in Vegas? Right here, baby. I own that pool. The human condition, that's right. Pain, pleasure, but this place can really dish out the pain, the Boyd. How you doing, Juice? this place will level the scales will balance in here. It's all a great weekend. Thank you, Cindy. How awful sweet of you. Night, baby doll. Yeah, Bobby was cool. Bobby was ultra cool. Give Bobby a beer, and he might as well put fucking earplugs in his ears. Oh, huh? You talking to me? Drama? He's listening to the Giants game. Yeah, I think I got a nice tan. You can see, you'll be able to judge in some. You can look at the stream from the pool. Yeah, wait a weekend will become old news for sure. But I did, yeah, like a week. Nobody's gonna want to talk about this. That's why I want to get my videos made tomorrow. Just drop them, be done, and move on. I got so much traveling and shit coming up. Man, that guy can blow some weed. His eyes start wide, and then they're like, yeah. So I know a lot of people are like, when are you and D gonna stream again? This is what I like to do with other YouTubers too. But you got to be very physically fit to do this stuff, especially if you're going to be hiking. Some people will just stand on a corner or something and just engage. But I like to be on the go. He was cute. I did get the luck. I think I won $700. I gave a lot of it away though. Yeah, I hope things get better for people too. Yeah, thank you, Trixie. Yeah, there were some people that held on. I mean, we would be gone at 2:30 in the morning. It'd still be 240 people on the stream, and I mean the side chat was flying. And I got the usual messages from people. You ignored me. Fuck you. You know, you didn't see me on the side chat. Man, I'm doing 32-ounce tall boys. These blowing joints in my face. You know, I got crazy chicks, and you know, I'm trying my best to read the side chat. Yeah, Giphy, that's our new. Yeah, Giphy, that's our new one. Since people didn't I didn't use any edibles, or it's not my thing. I'm a drinker. Yeah, it's now Giphy's. It's people. Oh, you curse too much. Yeah, when I drink, I curse, and now we just Giphy along the way. Sugar, Mr. Z. There he is. I'm going to be putting a video of Mr. Z at dinner. You know, Mallory's like, I don't even know if they met Mr. Z. Of course we saw Mr. Z. We hung out with him last night. Did you ever get frightened chooching in those areas? Yes, Lori Green. I did not like, I was, behind the Peter Pan, and they looked like all blown out. It looked like a terrible area over there. That's it, Trixie. Yeah, hey, Andres. Yeah, say hi to Tiffany. Give her a big hug. Hey, there you go, Eastat. Thank you, Dr. Fish. Dr. Fish sent you. Let me tell you, we got a lot of cities we're going to be chooching in. Talks more than Joan Rivers. Well, I think Mallory's also... most of her style I like, but some of it rubs me a little bit. It's too, I think it's too judgmental sometimes on a very fluid situation of, it wasn't Dave's expectation to put up stuff that people wouldn't watch. It just evolved that way. Like I said, his big mistake was in packaging. If he called it the Vegas 2019 meetup, he would never have had a second thought about people talking about anything on the air. Yeah, I know Laurie Green would have sent her husband down to pull my ass out of there. Yeah, pull your pants. I hate to see these. People are sending me hate mail. Where do you get off telling people to pull up their pants? I'm saving your life, dude. You might do a face plant on the cement because your drawers or your belt is down at your knees. And you're like a penguin walking along the street. I get it. It's a cool look. The chicks are like, oh, you're one of those guys that drives the car that's all jacking up in the side. You see that on the stream last night? Look at this shit. Yeah, I hope to get back to Vegas in a few weeks. So have to see how it's going to jive, before it gets too damn hot, but it's going to be a hostile existence. It's going to be a very low ender. It's going to be a blown out motel, motor court, something like that. So Sagan came from prison to show you his own. Yeah, the office. Lots of good stuff on the streams. Yeah, if you didn't see that one real time, because I deleted that when I was so drunk, that I just pushed the wrong friggin' button. Oh, that was upsetting. Well, I'm going to go pull yeah, you had to go show D-Dub some love on his shoots. There you go. That's great, Vegas Fixing. And thank you for taking care of D-Dub. Guys, I'm going to go do my laundry. I thank you for being on the stream. I got one video about my thoughts on Las Vegas. Please watch that tomorrow. If you haven't seen the the Vegas limousine incident, please check that out. My video from this afternoon. On the way out, if you could give a thumbs up here, I would really, really appreciate it. And let's see, we'll give a couple more minutes. I really enjoyed your standing out in front of someone's house. Can you believe? Wrinkle Puss, I cannot believe. I mean, this one person had stucco on the side of their house. All the stucco was gone. And you were literally looking through the lath work. You could see light and somebody sitting in a chair. And it's like, what the fuck? You don't even have a complete wall. Good night, Marshall. Thank you. Appreciate that. Please give a thumbs up. Robert, I'll let you know about the weekend. I saw that barbecue place that was down on Berkeley. Looks like a decent place. Aloha, Colleen. Much love to you, my honey. Anybody have any last word that they want to put in here? Yeah, the Vegas trip was good. Thank you, Sugar. I appreciate it. Were they naked? That's funny. Have a margarita. Don't forget, next month we'll be meeting up with, going out to Iowa and then on to Chicago, seeing Marshall, and then up through Michigan. Hey, how you doing, Vinny? I'm on my way out, brother. My laundry is calling. Thanks so much for being along, everybody. Vinny, love you, baby. Mwah.